Happy Wednesday, beautiful souls. This is Shamama Hunting Owl with a new message for the twins for this week. I don't even know what today is. Today is what, April 19th. I wanted to always start by thanking all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing, both my channel, my videos, and my Facebook page with my daily readings on it. I want to thank everyone who has reached out for sessions with me for guidance and healing and readings. Thank you all so much. I really do love and enjoy spending this special time with you in helping guide you through the process. And I thank you for honoring me and letting me into your world, into your space, and trusting me. So I have a lot of messages to share with you guys today. I did pull a full reading, but there's some stuff I wanted to talk about first. And that's what's going on right now with the energy and what is happening with the purging that's going on. Right now we are purging for the entire collective across all timelines of in all dimensions. And a lot of us are feeling that. We've been going through these very rapid cycles of pain, sadness, anger, love, frustration, issues that have been coming up again, old stuff that we thought we had truly healed and gotten past. There are still remnants and pieces of that we are releasing at this time, not just for ourselves, but for the entire collective. Right now, we are going through a 4 to 5 day process of integration in bringing our pieces, our fragmented pieces together and into our conscious awareness. So what's happening for some of us, we may be feeling like there's this vice, a vice grip is the only way I can kind of explain it. Like there are two boards running alongside my body that are squeezing in toward my center. And it's this really intense pressure of these fragmented pieces becoming integrated. And at the same time that's happening, I'm cycling through these stages where I can actually feel my heart as like this beautiful flower blooming and opening up. And as I feel this pressure, then it starts to ease up and this flower opens and blooms, and there's just all this love and light that just pours in and fills my inner soul and my being and my physical vessel. And then again, I start to feel this intense pressure around my body, and that is us truly coming into our wholeness, all of our fragmented pieces starting to be melded, shall we say, back together. This process is going to last, as you start experiencing it, for about 4 or 5 days. There's going to be a lot of purging that goes along with that. I always want to remind you to just ride the waves, honor what it is, feel where you're at, allow yourself to experience these things, even if it's not in a conscious awareness of what is actually happening or what you are working through. There's this soul awareness. So you don't actually have to be like, okay, well, what is this that's going on? Just recognize that it's happening and allow it to happen and come into your body and your soul. Right now, we are really being called to fully stand in our power. Our process through this journey has been incredibly accelerated. Everything has been sped up. So again, any pieces of us that are fragmented are being reintegrated into our vessel, into our wholeness, into our soul right now, and into our 3D bodies. We are coming up on April 20th, which tomorrow, I guess, is April 20th, in which Venus is now direct and it's trining Saturn retrograde. That is going to help move and clear the karmic relationships, patterns, situations, conditioning, again, that has been lingering in our divine masculine and our divine feminine energies. for a lot of people, I know the feeling of dread has been coming up in this fear of how things are going to happen. And what's most important to remember in that process is that we don't need to dread it. We don't need to fear how things are going to play out. We just know. We know in our hearts and our souls, as we tap into our higher self, that things will just unfold as they're meant to. Another important fact is that we need to talk about is that it's not our twins to come in and rescue us. It is not their job to rush in like knights in shining armor and save us from what is happening and what we are experiencing. Right now we are being called to release these lower frequencies of this victim mentality that we carry, that we need to be rescued. Those are all part of our codependent patterns and conditionings, and we're being called to release those and purge those at this time. It's really about completely harmonizing of ourself, in taking our own power back, in uniting our masculine and our feminine within us, within our own body, our own vessel, and truly embodying our authentic self in that wholeness. It's not about relying on an outside person to do that for us. It's something that we ourselves need to experience within ourselves. So we're taking that divine masculine and that divine feminine energy, and it's being integrated, it's being squeezed into our body through these fragmented pieces of ourselves that we've carried for all this time, and being integrated into our one soul being. And that will allow us to step into this place of just authentic wholeness, of being complete, and then allowing us from that point to stand in our power as such, as a complete whole being. And in stepping into our power, we will be able to now take the action steps that are necessary to begin to move forward on this journey. This is not about sitting around and waiting for the divine to take action. The divine is now putting us in a place where it is up to us to begin to act and take action on our higher selves calling, on where we are being directed to go. I also wanted to talk about, just briefly, understanding that the mirror that our twin portrays to us, and that it's like, what is it, Alice in the Looking Glass? I don't know what story it's from, but there's this, our twin is a looking glass. It's like this mirror image in which they allow us to see the world, to see ourselves from another dimension entirely. It's kind of like putting on a different set of glasses and seeing the world through a completely different perspective. And that's through the perspective of love. That's through the perspective of truly coming into our soul and honoring that which the divine has set out for us. This is bringing us back to a place of the Garden of Eden, of the intention that God, the divine, set forth when he created us in his likeness, in his image, as stepping into a place where we are meant to have love and joy and happiness and true inspiration, in living our lives to the fullest in every moment that we possibly can. We are the creators of our reality. Our reality is what we set it out to be. When we wake up every morning and open our eyes, we set an intention for that day. We set forth how that day is going to play out for us, depending on what glasses we put on in the morning. If we set out and say, this day's gonna suck, or oh my God, I've got a horrible schedule today, or you're going to manifest that back. That is what you will attract back to you. So it's a matter of truly setting a perspective and an intention of, I am going to embrace this day through a place of love, and just allow my soul to shine no matter what I face, and finding the peace and the joy in embodying what that really means, in setting an intention for just sharing my love with everyone and everything around me, and seeing that love reflected back to me in nature, in every experience that I have. So I hope that information helps you guys. I just want to say I've been talking to some amazing, beautiful people this past week, and sharing stories and honoring just where everybody's at on this journey, and really just connecting to the community in such a beautiful way. This is what we are here for, is to connect with each other, to share this experience, to help enlighten not just other people's paths, but to see it reflected back to us, and take from that experience things that will help us in addition to help the other person. So it's been a really beautiful week, you guys, and I really hope you've all been experiencing the same. Okay, so for the reading, I chose to use the Mythical Goddess Tarot. I haven't used it in a while, and I got some really amazing cards as to what's going on: Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, underlying energies, and then the Union cards. So I want to start first with the underlying energy, and that's the Four of Earth, okay? Earth is Pentacles. Earth is, manifestation in the physical 3D world. The four is always, to me, signifies building a solid, firm foundation. And this card is about boundaries, okay? And this is something really, really super important with what is happening in us coming into our wholeness, is establishing those boundaries for ourselves in our 3D world, with the people around us, with our twins, with stepping into our power, with stepping into our worthiness. It's beyond the I'm not settling for crumbs anymore. It's about I am who I am. I am in the likeness of God, and I truly know my worth and my value. And I will not compromise myself and my boundaries for anyone else. I will only come from a place of love, first for myself and for my Creator, and for that God light that shines inside of me. So that's the underlying energy, is that we're finally, as the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, recognizing how important establishing these boundaries are within ourselves and with the people in our 3D world. Okay, so the first card for the Divine Masculine, oh my God, and this is just so indicative of where they are at the moment, is the Seven of Wind, okay? And this card is absolutely just speaks all for the Divine Masculine, and it's pessimism, and it's a number 7. And they have been so trapped in this box. I don't know if you guys can see this. They have been trapped, truly trapped in this box. They don't know what to do. Their higher selves are screaming out to them, and in their minds, in their ego, they are just been so conditioned and so programmed to live in this 3D paradigm of what their world should look like, the expectations that go along with that. And their higher self is truly continuing to cry out, to scream out to them. And that pessimism that they are feeling is that dread. It's about, how will these things come about? How am I going to make these changes? And they are so wanting to make these changes now. And that leads to the next card, which is the Kali card, which is the Death card. And again, this is them going through this death, this spiritual death and rebirth of their soul overcoming their ego, their 5D self taking over, them stepping into their wholeness and this integrated being that they truly want to become. So they are experiencing this death and rebirth still. And it's funny because the feminine is going through the same type of patterns right now. The first card we have for the feminine is Athena, which is the Chariot card in this deck. And this is also a 7. Okay, so I'm just noticing the numbers of these things. So the masculine got the 7 of wind, and the feminine got the Chariot, which is the 7. And this is wanting to move forward. The divine feminine is finally getting to that place of full integration. The masculine is coming into that as the feminine locks in that into that level, into that next level. The masculine is being brought up at the same time with her. And so as we lock it in, as we are ready to start moving forward now, and this is driving the Chariot, this is us stepping into the next steps and taking those action steps to now be ready to move forward, and taking control of the reins, truly feeling this spiritual guidance. I see all of this yellow in the card, and again, that's solar plexus chakra. That is the I am, that is the will, that is your true spiritual force of recognizing where you are at. And it's the same for the masculine with them getting the pessimism card. They know they need to move forward. They just have to figure out how to get out of this box, and the divine is leading them through this spiritual death to this next level. So the next card for the divine feminine is the 10 of fire, which is self-destruction, which again I feel like mirrors the masculine death card. It's a dying off of these last broken pieces. It's this, we have to go through the fire, the purification of this purging that we are going through to get to that next level, to get to that next step. And it's not something to be feared. This death, this self-destruction, this destruction of the ego, in allowing our higher self to come through. It's not something to be feared. It's something to be completely embraced and cherished and honored, and seeing it for what it is, which is our greatest, highest good is being done at this time. So it is truly beautiful. It's like I see this card and I think of, literally stepping into the mouth of the viper, facing our deepest, darkest fears, blocks, and not being afraid of it. Just like, here I am ready to jump into the mouth of this snake and allow it to transform me in ways that I never believed could happen. So, okay, so the union cards. So the first card we have for the union is the 9 of Earth. And this is the card about community. And when I look at this card, I mean, this is truly the divine pulling us together at this time where we so need each other, where there is this great draw and pull for unification, for us to bring the pieces of our puzzle together. I always talk about, as on this divine mission, we all get different messages. Some of us get the same messages, some of us get different pieces of the puzzle. This is us drawing our community together in bringing these messages together into one, so we can share all of our pieces for the community. And with that, I'm going to share in a couple minutes the rest of that, because there are some amazing people that I want to suggest that you guys listen to. So hang on to that. So the last card, so this is coming into community. This is us being drawn together to work together to come to this place where we can, on the physical earth, start making these changes to help each other through, not just for ourselves, but for humanity as the collective. So the last card we got for this reading is the Nine of Joy. Oh, and we got 2 9s and 2 7s. How beautiful. Okay, and this is the Nine of Seas. Okay, the Joy card. This is truly, I mean, look at her. She is like riding the dolphin, riding the waves, just free-spirited and feeling the sun on her shoulders. And I mean, and again, she's got a whole cluster of dolphin around her. She is finding peace and joy in community, in the freedom that connecting with others is bringing. This is what's going to make our soul sing, you guys, is coming together with each other and supporting each other through this. This is not about attacking each other or judging each other. It's accepting each other for where we are at and helping and guiding each other through this journey. This is not about judgments and criticism or saying, well, I'm higher than you, or I'm better than you, or I've purged that already. This is about acceptance for where we are all at on this journey. And that's where the true joy comes from. I mean, the love and the light that I get in working with each of you and connecting with each of you, you know, I'm not just helping you, we're helping each other in that. And it is such an honor and a privilege, and it brings my heart such joy. It fills me with so much love, and it just makes my heart grow every time. So I thank you all for your role in my process in this journey as well. Okay, so there's a couple of people I just want to give shout outs to. And a very, very dear friend of mine and mentor of mine who I first found on this journey, who had a channel that was called I Am Angelics, and many of you may remember her. She disappeared off the face of the earth for a while and needed to go explore some other things. She is truly a divine soul and leader of this twin community. She is incredibly gifted, and her messages are truly just an inspiration. And she has started a new YouTube channel, and it is Souls on Mission. So I want all of you, if you remember our divine friend from I Am Angelic, Shawnee, she is back, and she is back with a beautiful, beautiful vengeance and has so much to share. And she and I have been working together with some of these channeled messages that I've been sharing over the past 2 weeks. And she's ready. She's back there. She is ready. She has put out a new installment that is today. I will share her link in the description box for all of you so you can check her out. She shares things on a very different level, and explains things of very technical ways of what's really happening in the higher levels and the higher processes of this journey. So I really do recommend that any of you who feel guided to reach out and check her out. And she's an amazing healer, and she is just a true joy to have back in our community. So welcome back, babe. We've missed you so much. And there's one other person that I wanted to really give a shout out to, and he is a truly beautiful soul. His name is Ryan Keys. He is Upbeat Buddha on YouTube and on Facebook. For those of you who don't know him, he is a life coach. He is a true source of inspiration. He is a pure, amazing, divine soul. And I do strongly recommend that you check out his channel here on YouTube. I will also put a link for his channel on here. He doesn't just talk about the twin flame journey. He doesn't like labeling things. He talks about our process and about developing our own wholeness and what all of that means for us. And in addition to the twin stuff, And he is truly an amazing, amazing man. And it is so refreshing to hear a different perspective. You know, so many of us are females teaching on YouTube, and to hear things from his side is just such a beautiful, refreshing piece to this puzzle also. So I recommend you guys check him out. He's amazing. And just for the record, ladies and gentlemen of the collective, he already has his twin, so he is not your twin flame. Although I'm sure most of us would love for him to be our twin flame. He is already spoken for. So I just wanted to say that. So with that, you guys, I want you to have a wonderful, beautiful week. Please continue to reach out. Whatever you need, I'm always here for you guys. And I love hearing from you. So please keep it coming. And with that, I am wishing you all just so much love and light, gratitude and blessings, always beautiful souls. Enjoy, ride the waves, and we will talk again soon. I love you guys. Bye-bye.